Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Newry's Loose Women with myself, Amanda Rafferty, Joanne Doyle and Pauline O'Malley. Ladies, where are the weeks going? I can't believe we're back to Thursday.
Thursday
again.
I know, it's flying.
It's flying in.
It's good fun. Time flies.
Well, that's it. But we are going to be taking a wee break for a couple of weeks because we're exhausted talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to
I'm hoarse.
recharge the batteries.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Don't worry, we're coming back. Because I know people will be devastated if they thought
we will be back.
We will be back. But say it is scary how quickly the weeks are going.
I know.
But anyhow, this week our topics, the first one we're going to discuss is unwanted gifts. Now, first of all, when you receive them, what's your reaction? Do you throw it back at them? Do you cry? Do you be gracious and say thank you very much? And whenever you do keep them, do you re-gift them? Do you take them out if it's, I don't know, a picture or an ornament or something? Do you take it out when that particular person's coming to visit? Or do you throw it in the bin? Or do you take it back to the shop?
Well, I can't remember the last time I've got an unwanted gift, because if I want something, I will let anyone know what it is that I like.
Even family, mummies,
yes,
daddies.
Because they know what I'm like, so particular. So even if the kids or Bert or anyone, they'll always know to ask me, because that's just me, and nobody's ever bought me a gift that I went, okay.
But would you like maybe sometime that they would use their own gumption and know you well enough to go and get you something that they know does suit you and your personality?
Yes, actually it would be nice, but unfortunately it probably would be horrendous.
An unwanted gift.
And then I would be extremely angry.
Or would you take, like if it was the kids
I would say,
that got you?
Oh, that's beautiful, that's lovely. But, and I wouldn't take it back.
No.
Not from the kids, I'd feel guilty.
Oh, she's so nice, isn't she?
But then if you do, like, I remember,
she's making me feel
like,
bad.
my mummy would have bought our boys, you know, Christmas surprise gifts if it was clothes, and she would say to me and our girls, come on and help me pick something for the boys. And, you know, she wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah.
And both brothers actually did the same. They would lay there in the wardrobe, and my mummy would have spent a fortune on them. But why do you not just say, look, mummy, you know, give me the receipt and take it back? Because you should get what you want. And this thing or item of clothing sitting in the wardrobe, like a pair of jeans at £110, and they're sitting there, you know. But no, I haven't got any unwanted gifts in quite a long while. What about you?
I'd be cute. Like if I buy a gift for Jerry, I hope he never sees it, or our boys, I always keep the receipt.
Yes, yeah.
And I leave it hanging for a month or two, and if they haven't worn it, goes back in the bag and I get my money back.
Well,
and you get yourself something.
And you get a wee dress.
I would always be cute enough for that.
Yeah.
I would lift it. I would know by their face whether they liked it or not.
Yes,
and I would just whip it away then and just think,
I'm
right,
very
I get the gift. And they had the joy of receiving. And now it's time to take it back because they're not actually wearing it.
Well,
I'm very bad at taking things back. Paul always gives off to me.
You just leave them sitting there.
Yeah, and I'll say I must take it back, and then the time has went up. But Pauline, how are you at receiving unwanted gifts?
Most people that would know me wouldn't buy for me. Most people would say, Pauline, I wouldn't even try to buy for you. They wouldn't. But then I love to get it. See what you were saying there, Amanda? I love a surprise or a wee thought. But that just doesn't happen. There's only boys in my house.
Yeah.
And
they're not up to date with what you. I suppose you know everything.
They just don't want. Not at all.
No, but you know
There's millions of things I want.
Yeah.
And they would on Mother's Day this year. This is true story. Very true story. I got up, and I come down, and I got. Any chance some breakfast there, missus? I made the breakfast, carried on, thinking there's a punchline. The punchline is coming. Do you know?
Did you not get the card or anything at this stage?
Nothing.
And you continued to make breakfast and stuff?
Thinking the punchline's coming
later. You're waiting on the,
I'm jumping through hoops for these men all year, like these children.
Somebody was going to jump out of
There's a bunch of, like, Amanda, I wouldn't expect a big expensive gift or anything.
It's just a thought.
A bunch of flowers out of the garden. The garden's full of flowers. Pick a bunch of flowers. Anything, there was nothing. So after dinner, and I'd stood and done the dishes, I sort of thought, this isn't happening here. Like these.
I would have went and strike even before it got to that stage.
No, I sort of thought, you know, a dessert. You know, when it comes time for dessert, the presents coming out, the flowers, nothing. So I have to say, after that, I got a bit upset. I didn't show it, I don't believe, and I left the house. I said, I'm away, here a wee message, and away I went. And the whole way down the road, thinking like, why did they do that?
Yeah.
Like, how, you know.
You're really hurt.
Anyway, I get home about 3 hours later. No, the phone was hopping, and I wouldn't answer the phone because then I thought, right, they've caught on what they've done, and then the phone's hopping. Where are you? Where are you? Come on home, come on home. So anyway, I get home and the table is strewn with all these presents.
No way.
Now, most of them I didn't even look at, silly stuff. You know,
huffing.
perfume that I wouldn't have put on when I was 17. Do you know what I mean? And silly, just silly stuff. And I looked at it and I looked at them and they were all, Mummy, it was here. We were just waiting, but I knew they took off, you know the way, you know. But no, I was really hurt, like genuinely hurt.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't say anything and I didn't kick off. But the next morning the presents were still sitting on the table and they were all, right, Mum. And then they go the next morning, well, where are you for today? What's happening today? I'll change this a wee bit, will I? I goes, I'm taking the rubbish, no, I actually said the shit presents that you bought me back. And it was this here, like.
And their wee faces, God help them.
Joanne,
It's not like you
they have to learn.
No, it's their mummy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really aimed at their daddy. The children know it was aimed at their daddy because Thomas is too young to go shopping on his own.
Yes.
And it was really aimed at him, but he just bust out laughing. They thought it was the funniest.
That wind you up even more then.
No, it didn't, because the minute you have it said, you think to yourself, oh, that's so unreasonable, that's so unreasonable.
I can't take it back, so I'm just going to keep on going.
Just keep on.
Yeah.
Yes, it did say that. Yes, it did.
What did you get in return?
I just got refund on everything. Just a refund on everything.
But
the girls over in Debenhams, they all know and they all know me. When they see me coming, they knew.
The thing is,
Like,
you're
why
saying,
didn't they come? Like, the wee girl, what do you call the wee girl in the Elizabeth Arden counter? She's lovely. Kathleen, she's a gem. She's all, why didn't they come to me?
Yeah.
Sure, I would know what you would
like,
get.
yeah.
I don't mean expensive, Amanda.
it's the acknowledgement, it's the thought behind it.
Even a handmade card.
Something.
Yeah.
Even a hug, Happy Mother's Day.
But they totally forgot all about it.
But the thing is, I know you're
Yeah.
saying they're like, Thomas, he's too young to go shopping, but they're still old enough to know
that it was
like
Mother's
it's Mother's Day.
In
It's
school.
different if they're we took
It's school
because
and
they do
all,
it in
they know
school
it's
and-
Mother's Day,
Home
yeah.
cards
And it's an
and stuff.
awful bad thing for them, you know, to get away with.
Yeah,
You can't
I suppose
let
you're
them
right.
away with that because,
So you take your unwanted gifts back.
yeah. Yes, I
Joanne,
would.
you
I
hang
so
on to them.
do.
I hang
Joanne,
on to them.
I wouldn't.
Well, no, from the children's ones, but I haven't really got any. That's to be honest.
Because you always say
because
what
I
you,
say
what
what
you
I
want.
like. Yeah, because I'm just so particular.
But I have to say then, during the year, like Jerry would say to me, Pauline, like that's just an aisle racket that on Mother's
Yes,
Day.
that's
This
where
is
it
his
says that.
excuse.
It's commercialised.
That's a
Yeah, yeah.
racket.
All these
Like
silly
we're
days.
good to you all year. And I have to say, randomly they would go,
Yeah.
if they've seen something, they would pick something and was seeing this, I
Yeah.
thought you might like that. Jerry'd be really good that way.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
But it was just a happy Mother's Day and a hug.
Yeah,
It
that
wasn't that you
upset you, yeah.
wanted.
It was just to
Yeah.
acknowledge
Even a
it.
card's
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Card
yeah.
would be enough for
But
me.
these are busy men, they say, you know, and every day is Mother's Day, they
Yes,
think,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Well, that's what I was told. Every day is Mother's
Every
Day.
day is.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's slightly back to front.
No.
Every day is Mother's Day. No.
No,
Every day is
I got yesterday.
Children's Day, Father's
You
Day.
think you're the only mother in the world because I was doing this and ranting and raving, and see when that said to me, that really winds me up. You know, oh, you're not the only mother out there doing this and that and working and children, and I just thought, right, okay. For the first time in my life, I just said nothing, bit my tongue and said nothing. So I'm quite proud of myself, Amanda. What do you reckon?
It's really
That's a-
good, yeah. It does
That's a
work.
that's a big
Something
thing for you,
for you,
Joanne.
yes. I
See,
just said nothing.
men don't work with nagging.
No.
You know, you have to subtly work around them, you know.
Yeah.
Work around it,
learning
it's
to
their
do that.
idea.
And they
It's
don't
them
realise, yeah.
coming up
Yeah.
with everything, you know.
Yes, you're teaching us well.
Am
You teach
I?
me,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
You're like a wee mentor.
Am I a wee
Holly.
She
mentor?
said to me the other day, just
Jerry
say
said,
nothing.
don't listen to her.
But I don't think I would with the present thing, because James, he bought me. You see, Paul would be sort of good. No, I would, like yourself, I would say I would like,
Yes.
but sometimes he would maybe, if the kids go out and then maybe James in particular would maybe go to look at something and pick it, and Paul said, no, your mummy wouldn't like
Yeah,
that.
he knows.
And then James takes it personal and he said, oh, that's not fair, that's not fair.
Yeah,
So
that was my wee idea.
he got me this wee chain and earrings, but I have to be particular with earrings because they itch my ears.
Ears.
They irritate
Yeah.
them. Or the
Sensitive,
chain,
yeah.
I would get wee red marks around my
Marks.
neck. So then he kept saying to me, Mummy, why are you not wearing it? Why are you not wearing it?
Oh,
and
yes,
I was going, oh, James, I will, and I didn't want to say to him that they irritated me.
Oh,
But then
God.
eventually I had to say that because I just couldn't wear them.
So you did reject this gift in the long run?
Have you still
you
got
did.
them? Up in your wee...
In a safe place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say
Very
you still
safe
have
place
them.
with all the other gifts.
Okay, I think we're easy. Like like my sisters were away last week on holiday. They brought me back for the Christmas tree.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
with
we
things
think,
that
yeah.
I
That
collect.
you
Do you
like.
know? Or like, as I said, buy me
It's
a
not
cup.
big expensive.
Like I Dev that I would collect, you know, wee bits and pieces.
Yes.
Buy me a cup or a
Yeah.
saucer.
Yeah, if you
It's
are
It's
collecting
just
stuff.
thinking, what
yeah.
could you get? I mean, just for one of a thought, my wee sister can pick for me. Will she try? She can pick.
But it is, sometimes you would rather they didn't get you anything
Yeah.
than an afterthought.
But then, Amanda,
just-
how awful is it? I woke up on Christmas morning to money in a card.
You see, my daddy does that.
And I would say I like money
happy
in a
enough.
card. No, I love a couple of pound in a card.
Yeah.
But along with that, maybe
Something-
a pair of slippers.
Or-
Or,
yes,
do
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, money is good. It's a lovely present.
Yes.
But it's really
Just a wee
empty when
token,
there's
yeah.
not a wee...
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I run around all the time picking up wee thought things.
Yeah,
If I hear them say, I need or I want,
Yes.
they arrive home one day and it's there.
Yeah.
Like, that can be done on
it's a
Christmas
woman
morning,
thing, Amanda.
quickly throwing a few pound into a card.
There's
like,
no thought.
yeah.
Or I hate the shop out of the card, the Christmas card out of the garage.
Oh,
Jerry,
oh.
now
Or the
he,
flowers.
over the years he knows now,
Yeah.
and I verse. Some years I get a book now.
Yeah. I said about
I love a verse.
no Tesco's cards now when you're driving
hate
along
them.
there in your lorry. Because I know if it's Tesco's
Yeah.
or a petrol station
It's just
card.
the last minute run
Yeah,
in,
oh, for
grab
God's
the
sake.
nearest thing to them,
Yeah.
and
And you
oh
know, it's-
yeah,
it's so tacky looking.
Oh, it's
You
so
know, yeah.
irritating.
But then some people will be saying, girl, these are very...
Spoiled.
Yeah.
Real wee divas that, no, we don't want. But it's not that. It's just to
No.
say, it's a wee bit of thought
No, as
into
I
it. It
say,
doesn't have
Amanda,
to be extravagant.
bunch
just
of flowers out of the garden.
Would you rather them out of the garden than the garage?
I would rather them out of the garden. Oh, I would, yeah, definitely. Nice fresh bunch of flowers out of the garden and put them in a vase. You know, in the wintertime you won't get flowers in the garden, so obviously you have to go and buy them. But no, just a thought. Even if you'd have got a cup of tea and a bit of toast,
Yeah,
happy
to breakfast
Mother's
up to
Day.
bed.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would have been nice.
As you come down,
Yeah.
even as you come down the stairs. Do you know, like I don't think we're that spoiled. We don't want designer
Yeah.
or
Well, what about birthdays and things like that?
birthdays.
Are you,
Yeah,
if the same thing had happened on your birthday, would you been...
Even
No,
more
it would
upset.
never happen on your birthday.
Yeah.
I think it's a Mother's Day thing. On your birthday, you have your sisters and your daddy
Everybody.
and
But
Everyone, because
Mother's
it's your
Day,
special day. like, yeah.
everyone focuses on your birthday, don't they?
But I don't think that your kids and Jerry will forget next Mother's
Mother's
Day,
Day.
will they?
No, I don't think
What?
they will.
No.
No, I don't think. I don't. But then you just don't
Don't
know.
know,
In
yeah,
in their
yeah.
defence, they're normally very, very good. They're very
And
good.
they might just say, well, frig you.
And then, man,
Just-
did they know me? They bust out laughing that morning for me to come out with something
Something
as
like that,
outrageous
yeah.
as that. Like Jerry just laughed and laughed
Did that
at the
wind you up
idea.
even more though?
No, because you were over it at
laughing
that
then,
point,
yeah.
you know. I mean, and then once I'd said that, they are clear nearly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
they're off the hook. Nearly.
Away
They
off to
felt
cry in their
guilty
room.
until I said that. And then it's, oh, now she's got her dig back.
Yes.
Let's move
Yes,
on. Do you know
with
what I
that.
mean? So exactly, Thomas did look at me like, oh.
Mummy, I can't believe I went down and struggled to think of something to get you, and now you're taking it back.
Amanda, that was a 4 o'clock job done in Debenhams. Get in and get her something quick and get up the road quick and get it on the table.
And hopefully we won't bump into it when we're down here.
yeah.
No, it's... I don't know. I have received many unwanted gifts.
Has anyone ever come back at you about a present you've bought?
No, because I was given amazing presents.
Really? I did one year get,
Seriously?
yeah.
It was a family member.
No, I'll not divulge. It was sort of along
Okay.
the line of, I wasn't really down about that. I preferred what you got last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I would
Could
never
you
say that
take
to
back
someone.
and change that? And
you take
could
back?
you take back? Because obviously, when you give
You
the
need
gift, like
the receipt.
I would have the receipt. So that has happened a few times to
And
me.
how do you feel when somebody says
I
that to you?
didn't like that at
Be
all.
hurt, I
No.
would be hurt by that.
Not hurt. I just thought.
That's
Take
mean.
it back and even change it yourself
Well-
discreetly. I wouldn't mind. Go
Ah,
and change
yeah.
it discreetly yourself.
Yeah.
But it's even to have the bother of having to go and do it
Well,
again,
that-
do you know? Yeah,
But
that
I think,
has
as you
happened.
said, you can tell instantly by somebody's
You
reaction.
know my face.
Whenever they give you, I got Paul there a couple of weeks ago, a pair of like boots for he needed new shoes, and I thought they were lovely.
Yes.
And they are. He is wearing them, but his initial when he went,
Oh.
Because they're not his actual style. You trying to convert him?
well, they're just the wee suede.
Yes, yeah.
The way, you know, the ones I'm talking, but it was the laces were sort of throwing him for some reason. But he is wearing them and all day, kissing. God, they're cutting the feet of me. They're cutting the feet of me.
And you
but
knew.
no, he's still wearing. But you know, people have commented. God, they're really trendy.
So now he thinks that they're good.
But no, I
Our
would be
boys would
funny.
be very, no way, Mummy, what were you thinking?
Well,
Jerry
yeah.
didn't say, what were you thinking? I wouldn't be seen dead now. Just straight
Straight
out,
out, yeah.
really.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You just laugh.
Yeah, I just laugh. No, but you've learned, you know,
Yeah.
over the years, like, you know, not to be
But
too
have
sensitive.
you ever regifted anything that you've got?
You mean give it away to somebody
Yeah.
else? I don't know that I have, Amanda.
No.
Because a lot of people won't buy for me. And then if they do buy for me, it's like wee gifts that I collect.
Right. Okay. So.
And then my wee sister's quite good.
Yes.
She is quite good. And if she buys you, but no.
would
no.
you, Joanne?
Well, a thought came into my head there. I actually did. I can't believe I forgot about this because it was a complete nightmare. I got a wedding gift, and even the thought of it, it was in bubble wrap and nothing else. And I don't want to say too much in case somebody knows. But it was somebody's. They must have gave these people it for their wedding, and they must have took it out of the attic, and the dust was on it. And I did give it into a charity shop, and it was something that completely.
So it wasn't even wrapped in wrapping paper or
No.
anything. You were just handed
in bubble wrap
With dust and all
and
on
and a
it.
bag.
I have had things in the
Does that
house that I
mean-
think I'll never use that or
that
never
would
wear
be.
that, and I pass it on. I would give it to someone
Yeah.
after maybe a year. Not as a present, but I would say, look here, do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm never going to use that. There you go. You have that.
Yeah.
Work away.
I would pass on
Yeah.
that way, I
Yes,
think.
yeah.
And like we would all sort of tend to do that a wee
Yeah.
bit, but not that somebody has bought me a present.
With dust on it.
But you wouldn't find yourself when somebody takes the time out to go get a present, even though it's not something you necessarily would wear or have or want, that you wouldn't turn around and go, what the were you thinking? Would you thanks very much, and then do what you want then after the.
Oh, I would always
Yeah.
say thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
Except once my
manage.
sisters were taking the mickey and they wrapped up these gifts because they know what I'm like, and they handed them to myself and my younger sister, and I looked and I goes, "You're having a laugh, aren't you?" But I just knew she couldn't
You knew they were
possibly.
joking, yeah.
Well, you know, because my wee
hope- you
sister was
hope
saying,
she was.
"Polly, don't be so rude. That's a present."
Yeah.
And I'm on. No way.
joke.
But thank God it was a joke. But it just
Or
shows.
imagine if it hadn't been.
Yeah, no, but she sort of had a fair idea. It was all bally, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think when somebody takes the time out to get it, at the end of the day, they may not.
And they might be a bit late, but you should
Just
be
to-
gracious.
But if it's something that is completely wrong
Ridiculous.
for you, and it's hard to sort of think, do you know me at all?
Yeah, it
You know.
hurts sometimes, doesn't it, if they can't get it right at all. But then after so many years, people know you have your favourite perfume and you
Yeah.
have your wee bits and pieces.
That you like.
So it can't be that difficult then.
And
you
it's
know.
very easy to listen, you know, when people are saying, oh, I love this, or I would love that, or this is what I collect, or whatever. It's very easy to listen
But
to
girls,
people.
women
and-
listen, men don't.
That's it.
They just don't. You just can't expect them to. You just have to drop it before they go shopping, as you say. And
Write out a list.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Just
Well, unless you write out a list with quite a few things on it, and then it is a surprise because you don't know what
They
they're
could
going to pick
one.
from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
Ah.
So you just say
surprises
what
are
you-
always lovely. Isn't it lovely to get something unexpected that
Yeah.
you really like?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's lovely. Like even my sisters on their holiday, they found this lovely wee new bridge, wee ornament for your Christmas tree that they just
Aw.
know I would put on
Yeah.
it, and I love.
Yes.
And that was it. Like, and it's a wee small thing,
But it meant so
wasn't-
much.
It meant so much
Yeah.
because the thought.
Yeah, and just there, Amanda, whenever we met, to see the wee Arbonne keyring you gave me,
Yes.
I was all delighted with that. That was a surprise.
Yes, a
Even
wee-
though I knew I was sort of getting it.
But still,
But Amanda just gave me it just as we pulled up today.
Yeah.
I'm all delighted with that.
A wee unexpected
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. So we are quite gracious when
Yeah.
it comes
Yes.
to receiving unwanted
Yeah.
gifts.
It's, yeah. Except
Well.
Mother's Day.
But I think,
Can't wait
yes,
to
it
hear
was
that one.
probably the whole, what happened around it, and as you said, it wasn't because there was no gift, it was more like the acknowledgement of that it is Mother's Day. I should be on a pedestal here today, and you should be all wanting to clean the house, make me the lunch, make me my dinner, make me
just Happy Mother's Day. Just simple. Keep it simple.
So that you don't feel like you're the hard help. Here I am making the breakfast again, and that one has not acknowledged that it's
because
Mother's
we get
Day.
it on about your house, and our house is so you wouldn't go out on Mother's Day, sure, it's so busy.
Yeah,
you just wouldn't eat out. You're better at your own house,
yes,
and
you
in
make
your own
the
home,
dinner.
and you make it, and you do the dishes, and you
No, well, Paul, he'd be
but he
good
answers
there.
out sometimes too. I have to say.
Actually, we're very blessed, girls. Very blessed. So we're just going to take a wee quick break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
If you would like to watch our shows from the comfort of your home, contact Destination Newry now to get yourself a Roku box. Call us on 028 30 834 010.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Newry's Loose Women with myself, Amanda Rafferty, Joanne Doyle and Pauline O'Malley. Now, our next topic is that cliche, feel the fear and do it anyway.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Are you influenced by, say for example, right, let's say you've got a dream, a goal, an ambition that you would love to achieve. Are you influenced by the people around you, what they're going to think? You're afraid of what their opinion is. Their opinion going to change if you go on ahead and go for this goal? Or do you worry about what people think and just plough on? I'll give you an example. As you know, I'm a style coach. And from I first looked into it, I was at a bit of a crossroads in my life, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Yes.
And I was down at my hairdresser, and he said to me, Amanda, what about personal shopping, something like that there? So you've always been interested in that type of thing. So I Googled personal shopping, and up came style coach, which is basically a combination of a personal stylist and a life coach. So you're sort of working on the inside as well as the outside. Now it took me, at that time I was staying at home. I had still worked part-time with James and Emma, but with Aoife I decided to stay at home. And I personally felt, I don't know if it was the best thing to do, because confidence and things like that started to fall a bit. So I'd looked up, was reading about it, loved the whole idea of it, but there was that voice in my head going, no, sure, no one's going to want to hear what you've got to say.
Really,
you wouldn't have a clue what you're doing, anything like that there. So it took a whole year from I first looked up about it till I finally registered on the course.
Really?
And then I got my honours diploma with the course, and I was sitting at the computer, going to type up and put it onto Facebook, and I had it all typed out, or the wee post that I was going to send out, and I was sitting looking at it, and I couldn't press send because I was thinking, oh my God, what are people going to say? They're going to say, who the frick she thinks she is?
Yes.
And James happened to walk in. He says, Mummy, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm afraid to send this. And he just pressed send.
Off it went.
Well, I hyperventilated. I was going, oh no, oh no, oh no,
Having a good time.
But I felt the fear, going out there and you go and do style talks and things like that there. And as sick as I felt initially going to do them, I still ploughed on. And now I don't care so much, not in an arrogant way, about what people think.
Yes.
But, I think now I have no control over
what people
think, what people's opinion of me is. They're trying to keep up with the Joneses and all of that there. It's a wasted energy, because people are going to either like you or not like you, and at the end of the day, what does it really matter? If you, at the minute, I'm working towards my goals and my dreams and things like that there, and I'm not going to let somebody get in there and say, get over yourself. So
that was
my
brave,
feeling
Amanda.
fear.
That was brave.
Well, as I grew up, when I was in college doing fashion design, I was always a panicker, thinking, God, am I as good as the rest of these? In my fashion design, year, at the end of the year, we did a big fashion show on the waterfront, and I used to be thinking, oh my God, and my daddy is the one that's kept me all my life. He would say, Joanne, just do it, Joanne, and I'd be going in, but I can't, panicking. But my stuff, my creations, my dresses and stuff weren't as good as such and such. Then when you had to pick your own music, in the size of the waterfront, I was going to my daddy, because he's all into music. Now, what music will suit all, my collection? And I was thinking, as the other collections were going on, I was going, oh God, now my music sounds crap. But mine suited what I was doing, you know, always worrying about what other people thought. But now, you know, as you keep going on, even for interviews, you be panicking, I'm never going to get this, I'm not good enough. You know, you have this fear all the time.
Yeah.
But now I'm, you know, now that I'm doing makeup and something that I love, you still, at the start now, when I started off, you still think, God, is my makeup as good as their makeups? You know, you always have that. And then right now, from getting on with it and doing your own thing, I don't care anymore, do you know? You know, I'm doing my own thing, I'm happy, yeah. I am happy enough with what I'm doing, but you do have this wee thing in the back of your head saying, right, no, Joanne, you're 35 now and you're doing your own thing, you're not bothering anybody.
Yeah.
So, I know,
But it is so hard, and that's, with the style coaching thing, you had an option of a home study course or going away to do it.
Yeah.
And probably in a way that's a bit of a regret that I didn't go and do it, because at that time I was going, oh no, I can't go into a room with people. And I had always been quite a confident person and loved, you know, nights out and all that there, but it got to the stage of going, oh no, not really, I don't really want to go out and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But then training to do the makeup, where you had to go.
yes, we had to go.
And that was a good thing, because then you got to meet people.
And you're good at
and it
speaking
was-
to people, Amanda. You have a
Yeah,
But I
presence.
had lost that.
You had lost yourself.
Yes, completely. And as I said, there was
the fear.
the fear of, oh God, you know, as I say, even in conversations with friends and stuff,
Yeah.
there was that voice going, sure, they're really not interested in what you've got to say.
But I was with Amanda her first night in doing, you done the style talk, was it in
yes.
Billick's, and you were panicking, like, and now when I'm with her all the time thinking, what is she, you know, she is just
She's
flows,
so,
not
you're
a bother.
you just do it with an air
But you
of confidence now, Amanda.
yeah, it's still, you were fantastic that first night ever. And that was how many years?
But it is funny, because a few weeks ago we were down in Belfast at an Arbonne presentation, and they had said to me a few weeks before, Amanda, do you want to say a few words about what, you know, your journey
Yes.
so far?
Yes.
But I had forgot about it, and then whenever we got there and I was sitting and my name had come up along with it, and I was going, Joanne, I have to talk. And she was going, you'll be fine. I was going, no, but I sort of need to be prepared a wee bit in my head to know what I'm going to say, rather than just off the cuff. So I was going, Joanne, I think I'm going to be sick. And she go, no, you'll be fine. But I did it.
You did.
And I think
brilliant.
that's the best thing, is do it anyway. Because when you do it, at least you're not walking away going, oh, I wish I had have
But you
done
keep
that.
me, this past few years, and I'm like, I can talk to anybody, but in big, massive crowds, and man keeps saying, Joanne, you know, if we're doing makeup demos or whatever, I just get this fear, no, and I get this heart, you know, this feeling in your chest. And like, the way we talk when we meet up, you know, it's not a bother, but this thing, when I'm starting to come over, Amanda's keep me right, but she keeps saying, Joanne, you can do it, you can do it.
You can.
But it's even a bigger achievement for you, Joanne,
Oh,
if it is
absolutely.
actually a physical thing with the palpitations.
No, just know if you're standing, it's the standing in a big crowd and they're all eyes up, and then they start asking you questions. That was the first time ever, was that in one way event we done, and I was like, I can't do this, man, I'm going to be sick. Look how many people's here, I'm going to be sick. And she's going, you're not going to be sick, Joanne, you're not.
But
And you laugh and humour it.
No, she said you can. She's really.
And then was that the one, and you were asking me and I wouldn't answer them, because I was saying, no, she's going to keep going herself. She's going to keep going herself. Because it's that achievement and walking away and thinking, yes, I did that.
It's nearly better being forced into the thing.
Yes.
The biggest fear thing I had to get over was the year I won the Miss Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Like, I fell into that, girls. That wasn't premeditated. When I did eventually fall into that year, there was girls that were there that had been there year after year and knew the social scene and all to do with it. Like, I was a dental nurse.
Yeah.
I was quite simply a dental and quite happy.
Yeah.
I was quite happy, and probably wouldn't have always have been, but at that point I was happy enough. And then that just happened, and the next minute you were on catwalks. You were expected to know how to walk. I remember borrowing stilettos from my aunt to learn how to walk. I had never walked in stilettos.
Seriously?
I was so tall.
Yeah, you don't need to.
I had no need to.
Yeah.
Makeup, I had no knowledge of makeup. Like, it was okay at the competition. They did your makeup.
Yeah.
You know, you had your hair and all done, so you had to relearn all that. The girls down in Boots, they were great.
Yeah.
I just had to go and say, oh my God, help me here. I can't believe this. This is all just going far too fast. And then you won it. And then that was it, girls. But it was nearly better to be through in there. Then after that, I was over in London, Earl's Court, working for Mercedes, Renault.
Seriously?
20 years after that, you know, you done one leap and you were really, on that night, the fear was there. And then it was like, oh my God,
Just do it.
do these people think I'm really good at all this?
Yeah.
But you know when I'm saying about like
had to
people's
learn.
opinions and stuff,
Oh, that was a
had that,
nightmare.
Yeah.
how
Oh,
did
Amanda,
that change?
I would say that from being a dental nurse where everybody was in lovely to you,
Yeah.
all of a sudden people felt it was okay to pass a remark about your appearance
Yeah.
and how you looked, no matter where you went.
Really?
So that was
a bit
really,
tough
that was
hard.
really
Yeah.
hard. Now,
Yeah.
many a crying night there was in the house where I'm going, I didn't even want this. Like you'd go out just for an evening and somebody would feel the
Comment.
need to comment.
Seriously?
Comments like, oh, who does she think she is? Is she better looking here? Or like my dog's better looking.
No,
and
Pauline,
just,
really?
I know, but Joanne, before that, it would be different if you'd been in the modelling scene.
Yeah.
Or
You'd
something
went from-
and built up
yes,
to it.
you'd went
Maybe
from-
you would be
Were thrown
hardened
into
to
it.
all that. But like it took a few years to get over that bit.
Yeah.
Well, what
And
do you think that's
Alison
about?
Campbell was really good with me.
Yeah.
She was a mentor. She took you
that's
through an
good,
awful
yeah.
lot. You
Is
know.
that like just pure jealousy from those people? Are you, you know, living the dream that they wanted to achieve, so they feel,
really hard work? Girls
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
realise what happened. You know, that I had to learn a catwalk, photographs, going and representing companies. Like I represented so many different companies all over the place. You had to do your homework, you had to
Yeah.
learn about
Yeah.
them. You were like PR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
From
you
word
needed to
go,
know.
you were
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
thrown in and you had to overcome so many fears.
Yeah.
Like you had to walk in and open things, you had to make speeches.
And
This
were you
all
nervous, though?
happened overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never had a problem at talking, was probably.
really, Pauline? That surprises me.
I think that probably saved me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the catwalk and that, I love it.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
natural.
yeah.
Well, how did you overcome the negative people? How did...
I cried lots. And then, as you said, the people that matter are there saying, like, Pauline, what does it matter what this
Yeah.
person
Yeah,
thinks of you
yeah.
or that person thinks of you? And you would, yeah, like, it was on such a small scale. I do sympathise with people that, you know, get everything. There was one or two silly stories, and that. But you see the way you see these people in the public eye all the time. I really don't envy them. I don't know how they cope with that, because even that small achievement, local people, especially local people, isn't that weird?
But
They
that's
feel they have
yeah.
a God-given right then
Yeah.
to be as mean. Like
As,
you
yeah.
don't have feelings anymore.
But
you know?
sometimes you find as well, you see whenever you go to do maybe something new, and the people that you think are going to be the ones that are going to support you and be there
Yes.
are the
Are not.
ones that aren't.
No.
And I was reading a book there, and they were talking about, you say, your goals and dreams and all that there. Whenever you start to tell people about them and they react to you in a negative way, it's just because you're making them face up to maybe goals and dreams that they had, that they haven't achieved. And
Yeah.
they're envying the fact that you're going on ahead and doing it. But do you know what? If
Yeah,
you,
you
if you
just
were
got, you know, yeah.
You've got otherwise
over
you
that,
do
yeah.
nothing, because if
you
you're so worried
listen
about
to
everyone
all
else,
your own doubts in your
Yeah.
own head, and you live the life that everybody else wants you to live.
Yeah.
Even now, like even now to today, like I'm a middle-aged woman, like you know,
you're in your prime.
I'm in my prime, but I'd still get people saying, "You're not still doing that. Are you still doing that?" And the way they
Yeah.
say it, "Are you still modelling?"
But that's
But sure,
jealousy, Pauline.
like, you know, 48-year-old women wear clothes. So
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
wouldn't
Why
you
can't
model?
you?
Yeah.
Or why wouldn't you do
Yeah.
an ad for a 40...
60-year-old women still
60,
model.
70-year-old people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but there's that negativity with
It's
people.
jealousy.
I don't even know, because you sort of think, how can you be jealous when you don't
Even know.
know our life
Yeah.
or your
Yeah.
life? Or,
Yeah,
yeah.
So I get that really hard, you know, to get on that wavelength
Yeah.
of
I
jealousy
don't
of somebody's
understand that
life
either.
when you don't
Yes,
understand.
yeah, I can't understand it either. I would be very much, and we've discussed this as well, that somebody that you see going to do something, I'd be like, that is brilliant,
Brilliant, yeah.
go for
Great,
it, go for
good.
it,
And
Delighted,
it's
go
good
for
for
it.
us to say,
Yeah.
I love to see women,
Getting on.
older women, looking lovely and looking
Yeah.
after themselves. And I think, you just give me such a lift to see
Yes,
you
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's
And you'd be
brilliant, it's
delighted for
amazing.
them, yeah.
Even men looking after themselves and, do you know, but fear, you have to overcome your fears.
Yeah, 'cause otherwise
or
you
you'd be in a wee
just-
box. That's what
Yeah,
everybody, people
yeah.
want to sit you in a wee box.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. It is. God, I remember many a night just breaking in a sweat at the fear of having to do something, do you know, or go into a room, as you say, Joanne, go into a room full of people.
Yeah.
Like you would have went and opened, you know, like a new building, or
Yeah.
I visited a prison.
Did you?
Yeah, the year I was Miss Northern Ireland.
What was
Yeah,
that like?
yeah. It was
Scary?
that was an experience.
Yes, I was approached by a wee woman in Newry, and she would work with prisoners, and she would work with them with, you know, rehabilitating.
Right,
So
yes, yeah.
the prisoners that I was in with were ones that were being rehabilitated
Okay.
and probably near the end of their sentence.
Yes.
Right.
And it was a real, but it was very, yeah.
I would say you
Interesting.
brightened
Yeah.
up their day.
Well, yes, it was really enjoyable and really good, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like when I was asked initially, I was like, oh my God, you know.
Panicked.
Yeah, it's
But
just
I
something
think,
you have
you
to
know
do,
what,
yeah.
whenever you sit down at the end of your days here and you look back over and there's all the wee different sayings and all
All
the
the
rest of
things you
it,
did.
you'll beat yourself up more about the things that you
didn't.
you didn't
You didn't
do
do. Yeah.
than what. And as I was saying, like Joanne, whenever you do talk and you come away, yes, you still
feel
have that
great,
feeling
you're
Yeah,
exhilarated.
yeah.
that you've done it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know you can do it,
Good.
and you can do it again. And I still, as
You get the panic too
I
when you
still
see the big crowd,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I would get, but once, but
it's
as
a
well,
nice feeling.
Yes.
Like now if I
Yeah.
get ready to go to do something, right?
Yeah.
It's a fun, it's a different feeling,
is,
Amanda.
yeah.
It's a buzz, it's
Yes,
an energy
exactly.
feeling
And
as
it's
opposed
learning
to...
how to
Yeah.
to focus that and use it to your advantage rather than letting it
Yeah.
fucking take over you so that you're not able, that you literally stand and freeze. But you do, there's that wee, whenever you walk away and go,
I did it.
I did that, I did that.
But then there's also that wee voice, if I felt that in my face here, all these people are going to so love it.
Yes, yeah. Well,
know.
there on talking about fears, on Saturday past, I climbed Slave Donner,
Good girl.
and I don't think I'll be climbing it again. But two fears, and I have also, is dogs and heights. Well, I didn't know what to, I just thought, yeah, I'll go. It was in memory of Bert's friend who passed away
Yeah.
last year. So there was a crowd of people meeting to do it. So I never didn't know, expect anything what this mountain was like. But the whole way up, I thought, oh my God, am I going to have to do this? It's all stony and stony. Then the next minute, the group that was with us, there was Bert had his dog, which I'm afraid of. And then all these other dogs started letting them off the leads. Well, I was like, oh, mother, oh, please, please, please. Now, this was a 4-hour walk, 2 hours up and 2 hours back. And I was walking, and you have to watch your feet step by step because you're bouncing on different, steps. And these dogs were coming, and I was going, oh, I can't say the nice words that I was saying. Bert, please, bleep, bleep, bleep. I thought I was going to fall off the edge of the mountain with these dogs. Then when I got to the second, there was 3 stages, I seen the height, and I thought, I can't do this. And there was this girl I met, she was on her own, she was chatting away to me, and only for her and Bert, Joanne, you can do it, Joanne, you can. I said, I cannot, and then we're halfway up this steep bit, and I was, look back and look at the view. I said, I'm not looking at no view. I don't want to see the water, I don't want to see the view, I don't want to see Newcastle. I'm going to keep my head down, but this fear, it was really, really awful. Then when we got to the 3rd stage, which is the highest climb, only somebody, the angels up there, sent a big cloud down, so I couldn't really see where I was walking. But when we got to the top, everyone was going, hugging me. Joanne, that's brilliant. How do you feel? Here's me. I'm just afraid I have to come back down again. Coming down was worse.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was terrible, terrible. Because you can see everywhere, only for the cloud on the steep bit, but I fell and everything. I slid down it and cut my arm. And but I'm telling you, they were like, I faced my fears, but I'm
Good
afraid.
girl.
I still would never want to do it again.
Would you not do it
No,
again?
and I'm still afraid of dogs, and I'm still afraid of heights. No, I wouldn't do it again.
But you
It
did
really,
it.
it really
You
was.
did do it, but
yeah.
yeah, when it's something like that though, there's nothing I have done that I wouldn't do again.
No, it's the height.
You know, pretty
yeah.
much.
I
you
can get over the dogs, but not the height thing.
Yeah,
I
height's
mean,
horrible.
Yeah.
As you get older, it gets worse too.
Does it?
Yeah, I have an awful fear of heights now, where when I was younger I didn't. I just think as you get older,
Yes.
Yeah.
heights and airplanes, and it's not
Yes,
helping
yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah,
Bert kept saying
I
to me-
know, things are so bad, isn't
It's
it?
getting so
planes,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, airplane would be my biggest fear that I
You'll
don't
be
think
fine.
I'll ever over.
You see,
That's
I
a
think
different
as well,
fear,
as you
but
get as you get older and you have kids and stuff, and you realise you've other people dependent on you,
Yeah.
whereas when you were younger, it was just really, you were carefree and
Yeah.
it was just yourself you had to worry about.
But
And
man,
you were
is this a
invincible.
really horrible thought? But when we're all going on the airplane on holidays, that's okay.
Because you're
We're
together.
all together.
Yeah.
But I hate
Yeah.
having to fly on my own. I hate it.
Yeah, it's just a
Because
fear.
as you say, what would happen to the children if I wasn't here,
Yeah.
or Jerry,
Yeah.
or, it would just
There's
be
nobody
on your
really likes
mom,
planes,
your
do they?
daddy, and
I
what would
know, everything
happen?
goes
Yes,
through.
you'd
So you're
rather-
better with them all with you,
Yeah.
aren't you? But no, my other fears, I'm glad I've got over them, and some of the things you've done, do you
Yeah.
know? Like if you had listened to everybody, Amanda, you never would have went anywhere. And the people that would have knocked you, if
Yeah.
you had heeded the people that would have
Yeah.
knocked you, and they still do,
Yeah.
and they
Sure.
will continue to.
Yeah.
And then you look and say, right, well, where are you? But what you were doing was right for you. It's not necessarily right for them. So they're coming at
No.
it going, oh God, no, I couldn't do
Negative.
that.
Yeah.
But that's, and you just think, right, well, look, you
don't
jog
need
on.
negative
Yeah.
energy around you
No.
at all. You know, especially
No.
when you're going to explore new paths for
Yes,
yourself and
yeah.
new things.
Yeah.
You
And you
know,
have enough doubts in your own
head, yeah.
mind.
as to are you good for this?
Yeah.
Can you do this? You know. And then getting out from Newry, and that is good too, Amanda. See the way you
Broaden the
regretted not
mind.
leaving.
To go and, yeah.
You know, because when you're mixing with different people that
Yeah.
didn't know you from before, like down around Belfast, not they would encourage you to do anything. You know,
Yeah.
going on the Patrick Keelty show, doing advertisements.
Seriously?
Yeah, but they would have encouraged you.
Yes.
Do you know,
yeah.
it was, they didn't know you, Amanda, and you weren't in a wee box. So they
Yeah.
were saying to you, yeah, go for it, you can do it. And
Yeah.
you can,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Well, you see, that is, the reality is you can do anything you
Yeah.
put your mind to.
Yeah, but you have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
across.
But even with all the fears
Enjoying
I
your
have, I
work.
still do go and do it. But somebody's egging me on. For sure, I'm
But there will
probably
come a time, Joanne.
surrounded by good people, you
Yeah.
know, positive
keep
people.
the
That's
good
why.
people.
That's why
Like,
I'm
I was
getting
still a
on.
dental nurse today. Think, if I hadn't jumped from there
Yeah.
when I did,
Yes.
do you know, I mean,
You wouldn't be on Newry's Loose Women
God,
today.
God knows what I would be doing. I can't imagine it'd still be there. But in the same breath, you had to take that leap.
Yeah.
Even though you had that
Yeah.
fear, you had to
Yeah.
just move on. You had to get up and move on and do
And the
different
reality
things.
is, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You've tried it.
Yeah. It's like the
And-
haircut thing. People panic over hair.
Yeah.
And then
Cutting
I
long
remember
hair
getting my
short,
hair
yeah.
all cut. And I got it cut really short. My friend going, pulling its fungus, it grows.
That's
Well,
right,
that's
though,
true.
Yeah.
That's, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
just,
yeah,
It's like that,
but it
just
is,
do
see,
something different and random and mad and
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Do you remember we were saying there a while back about people who will always criticise no matter what you do? They're always
Yeah.
like, whether it is standing up,
Yeah.
talking in front of people, organising fashion shows, events, whatever it may be, you'll always have people sitting going, oh God, look at her, what's she doing? And oh, I could do so much better. And you just go, well, do it. Don't sit there
Exactly.
and criticise somebody that's out doing
Doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're
yeah.
going to be so good at it.
Or doesn't she look awful? Or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's who did we meet in the toilets when we were out? Eamon Holmes and his wife, Ruth.
Yeah.
Now, I looked at Ruth and I thought, you are beautiful.
Yeah.
Fabulous,
Now, she's an older woman,
Yeah.
but beautiful
a lovely
woman,
woman, yeah.
dressed
Lovely
immaculate,
personality.
glowing skin, lovely manner.
And you met her in the toilets.
In the toilet, we were at the same birthday party.
Was
though.
Eamon
We-
and Ruth both in the toilet?
Eamon Holmes was as down to earth
Yes.
and
As he
as
is,
lovely
yeah,
as
yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
He never, you know, just chatted like he was the boy
A
next
friend,
door.
yeah.
His wife, we'd spoke to her earlier, lovely coming into the party, but we were in the toilets, it's more intimate.
Yes.
In the toilets, and girls are all, they can eyeball you.
Yeah.
Like in the darkness of a party, everybody can look brilliant. I
Yeah.
love that. When the lights come on, it's a different matter.
Yes.
But and I was all, oh my
No.
God. It was just comments. Oh God, she's old looking. Oh my God, she doesn't look as good.
Do people say that?
Certain people in
yeah.
the toilet, not necessarily my company, but the minute the woman left, you
Yes.
can just imagine.
Imagine,
She's
yeah.
so high profile. Everybody had
Yeah.
something to say.
Yeah.
But all I could say was, I think she looks gorgeous.
Beautiful,
yeah.
Like for her, I don't mean that. She doesn't try to look 18.
No.
Or she's not running all
She dresses
plastic
her age,
surgery and Botox and all the rest. I thought she just looked like a beautiful woman who was
Yeah.
aging so gracefully and beautifully and
Yeah.
gorgeous.
But you do
they were
find
already-
women,
yeah.
women will just pull
Get the
down
vibes.
other women.
Women are the worst,
Oh,
Amanda.
it's unbelievable. You sort of think, as I'm saying, we like to support and go, that's
compliment.
brilliant,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. But other women, I swear to God, you just literally have your back turned and they're, yeah.
Yeah, but that woman, Ruth, it wasn't that she looked bad. She was beautiful.
Beautiful.
But she just looked her age.
Yeah. Dressed
That
glamorous.
was it. She was a beautiful woman. But they thought she looked, you know, she didn't look as young looking as she looks on the telly. They must do something to enhance her on the
Oh,
telly, blah, blah,
stop.
blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking, you
Look,
just
what
you
would they look
cannot
like?
win.
Yeah,
because
no.
if she was Botox and all,
Exactly.
that would
yeah.
be worse. You know, which is crazy.
She had a beautiful dress on yesterday. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it
It's
yesterday.
lovely now. It really suited
Oh,
her.
I think
Just
she's lovely.
Yeah,
So
she is,
natural.
yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
way her and Eamon
Yes.
get on. Like, they get on really
They
good.
do.
So, feeling the fear, doing it anyway.
Do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do it.
And
do
the more
it,
people
do
tell
it.
you don't do it,
Do
do
it.
it to spite them.
Yeah.
No, you don't do it. Well,
Well,
that's enough
a
of
wee,
there's a
a wee
saying
post
about
that I
that.
put on Facebook, I mightn't get the words quite right. If you come to a time that you feel like quitting, just think of all those people who'd love to see you fail. And that'll keep you
Why haven't you
going
one on
and
my
going.
phone? Anybody upsets me now, I have a message. If you run as much as your mouth does, you'd be well fit. And anybody that, you know, the baby.
Say that again. If you run, is that one you made up again?
No, if you run as much as your mouth did, you'd be well fit.
Yeah.
Do you know
Okay, that's
sometimes
good.
people
Yeah.
run away
Yeah.
and they're
Themselves,
telling you, what is the famous line you hear all the time? I'm only being honest. But
Yeah.
have you ever had
yeah,
that one?
yeah, yeah.
I'm being honest, but.
Well, I look at, do you see opinions and things like that? I will only give my opinion if somebody actually asks for it. I don't feel that I have to
No.
say to
Yeah,
you,
I tend
you should
not
do this,
to.
you should
No,
do
I
that, you
wouldn't.
should
Yeah.
wear this, you should wear that. If somebody said to me,
But you're a
what do you
style
think?
advisor,
not even,
Amanda.
But
Even
we're not
in
in that
life,
aside.
yeah.
Putting that aside. And like Paul, he is very opinionated, and that's I would say, Paul.
Is this your wee husband?
Ah, bless
I
him.
wouldn't imagine that.
Oh,
he seems so
would
quiet.
be. Yeah,
Oh, no,
he is very quiet, but he always gives
Yeah,
his opinion. I was
opinion.
saying, Paul,
I've
if
heard him in
somebody's
action.
asked you for your opinion, then you can give it. Otherwise, keep stum.
Does he say these words? Paul and Jerry sound very alike, in my opinion. Does he ever use those words? They're Jerry's famous words, in my opinion.
Well, if I'm saying to him, if people's looking for your, then he would go, well, it's just
In
my
my
opinion. Yeah.
Well, Jerry, it doesn't matter whether you're asking or Jerry would say,
Yeah.
in my opinion, and he'd drop a clanger in the room.
Well, I really don't
Go
want
off on
your
one.
opinion.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Feel the fear, do it anyway,
Do it,
because
yes.
as I say, it's better to,
It's better to love and to have love and loss than never love at all.
That's
It's the same
another
with your
one.
fear.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, it's the
Because,
same with your fear.
like
Go
as
for
I
it.
said, whenever you come away from an event or something, think,
Yeah.
why did I not do it? And you can't go back.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there, give it your all.
Yeah.
Do you know, you can, just,
That's right, yeah.
do your very best.
Yes, and don't be influenced by other people.
Have fun.
Negative people.
I
Believe
think so
in
long as you're
yourself.
having fun
Yeah,
and
and believe in
enjoying, that's
yourself.
the main thing.
It's all sorted.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's it.
Now that's
all
it.
round up.
We're all
So we're
no
going to go
fears.
for another wee break,
done.
and we'll be back in a few minutes for the final part of this week's Newry's Loose Women.
If you want to watch this show from the comfort of your home on your TV, then all you have to do is get your hands on our brand new Roku box, where you can watch all the amazing shows we have here at Destination Newry. Simply get yours now by calling us on 028 308 34010 and get yours today.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the final part of Newry's Loose Women before we go off on a couple of weeks holidays.
holidays.
So we're in a bit of a now in this last part.
Speak for yourself.
We'll do our best.
I
We'll start with myself, Amanda Rafferty, Joanne Doyle and Pauline O'Malley. So our final topic for this week is control. Whether that is with your partner, husband, friends.
Are you asking us, are we in control, or who is the controlling factor in our life?
What is it about certain people that they have to be?
Oh, I
and it
get
doesn't.
you.
I know men generally like to be in control, but even would you have friends that they have to take control of, like if you're going for
When you're going on holidays and
a
there's
holiday
a
or girls' night out,
there's
you're
always somebody that's in control.
Yes.
We're going here tonight.
Are they
we're
the
going that-
bully or
I-
the
well,
controller?
you see, that's the thing. Which
There's
is
a
it?
close line,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Yeah.
And sometimes, whenever we have been in company going on holiday, and there has been that person, that's usually a girl actually, it's a, that
Not
be saying
severe.
that, oh right, we'll go here tonight, say there were 3 couples, and go there, and I know Bert would say to me, I can't stand this here, like, we like to do our own thing,
Yeah.
but then in some ways I like somebody to, say, oh, we're going there, I just go with the flow. We're
Take control.
Yeah, somebody do it, and then, yes, I'll be there, we'll
you
all
don't
go
have to think
together.
about
Don't have to think
worrying,
about it,
yeah.
where Bert hates all, he's like, right, no, we're going on holidays next year by ourselves. There's always somebody.
Your friends are never going to go with you again.
I know.
Hi.
Your friends are now so going to cut you
Yeah,
out.
they're
No
all
friends
there, oh my
left,
God.
yeah. But there is always like, I find that in
Yeah.
holidays, but it doesn't bother me in the slightest if somebody's like that.
But is it, I were saying it's a control, is it being a bully, is it being organised? Like even saying a night out, there's somebody that will always take
control.
of the kiddie.
If it's a
And
girly,
you'll be going, knock
Yeah,
yourself
work
out,
away,
work
yeah.
away.
And
I'm Librian.
I'd hate to be that person that has to mind the money.
No,
Oh,
I'm
no,
being
no,
Librian.
no.
I am so
Yeah.
indecisive. So I love, Jerry takes control. He pretty much takes control.
Yeah.
He'll ask my opinion and it's valued and I like to give it. And like I would be in charge, like in our house I would do the shop and all that kind
Oh,
of thing. But
household.
financial stuff or
Yeah.
major
No.
decisions, like you would need his input.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
am
absolutely.
really one of those.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when you're
undecided
saying
people.
about asking your opinion. Paul, he'll say to me about, what do you think? And no, I'm not giving it. Oh, why not? Because I've spent so many years giving my opinion and then you just go off and do your own thing anyway. So there's no point in me giving my opinion because you don't listen.
That's good. That's
So-
I say
I
sometimes
don't
my
give it.
opinion counts.
Yeah.
Sometimes he would take it on board, and then sometimes, sometimes it's a man thing. If you're giving too much of an opinion, they think you're taking control,
and I don't like that.
and that gets their back up
Yeah,
nearly.
yeah.
Do they feel
like to
emasculated?
think- I think it
Yes,
is. It's
yeah.
just going back to the
dark ages.
The dark ages nearly. Men need the alpha male thing. That really
hunter
exists.
gatherer
That
and-
does. It really is in them, and I think sometimes they can't even help it.
I think it's part of their
Their psyche.
brain and all
Yeah.
that there that
Like,
it's
If
made
you
up that
feed a
way.
wee idea into their head and let them think it was their idea, watch
Yeah.
it fester and
Like the driving thing. So if our husbands are in the passenger seat beside us, you know,
You're
watch that
uncomfortable.
roundabout, Joanne. And I'm like I haven't crashed in all the years I'm driving. Watch this, putting the brake. Who's brake? I said, who's braking here? Who's driving, Bert? You know, you're like, you know, you're not in control. And I'm behind the wheel now, Bert. So, you know, calm down. I've never hit anything yet. Do your husbands be like
But
that?
what would happen if
I actually wouldn't drive. I would say to Jerry, you drive because you know what you do. You know, you just
Yes,
give
that,
out.
yeah.
So, hey,
Well,
I would tend to make him
no,
drive.
Paul wouldn't be so bad. My daddy would be. My mum
Really?
hates
Oh, sit in the
driving
car.
when daddy's there because he goes on like that there.
Yeah.
And, watch that, Mary, watch that.
Yeah,
So
I hate that. I hate it.
mummy just go, well,
What was that?
bleep, 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 bleep. But it is like a,
But girls, I know there's women's living all this here, and women like to feel the power and the control. Some women, I think, you know, we're women. We're not cut out the same as men anyway.
well, that's the reality.
I think that is it
Yeah.
for real, like
Yeah.
for real. So I wouldn't like a wee housey husband, and I wouldn't.
A
I
goody
would like.
goody.
I like an alpha male.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
takes
Do
control.
you like the door being opened for you and
No, it
ushered in?
never goes
Don't
that far.
No, I don't think that has
I
ever
don't
happened.
mean that, but I just mean you like to know, like anybody. If I was ever in trouble or bother, you like to know that Jerry would
Yes,
be there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, or you don't really feel safe when they're not there. And
But-
that's the alpha male thing too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they take control. No matter what situation you find yourself in, they could sort it a lot quicker.
Then we
I
But it
think,
is-
in my
It is
personal-
being able to recognise whether it's
Yeah.
the person is taking control of
Control,
you or
yes.
bullying you.
Yeah.
Because as we said, there's a fine line, but it knowing that, right, okay, they're taking control because, say for example, you do certain jobs better than they do,
Yes.
and they do certain jobs better than us.
Exactly,
But I
that's
say
how
it's
it
knowing
works out.
that it's not that they're just trying to keep you
Down.
down in your place and know your
No
place,
chance.
and you're the woman and I'm the man. I will take control of the money. I will take control of where we go, who we see, all of that sort of control. That's
Yeah.
whenever it goes on
Well,
to
yeah,
into
yeah,
sort of
that
dangerous
is more
territory.
Get
like,
me stressed out now.
yeah, no, that would be a bully. You
Yeah.
know, you're
Yeah.
talking about bullying
Bullying
there.
there, yeah.
And then I would find there's other people in your life, like friends
Yeah.
can be more forms of bullies, or suppose, you know, they tend to bully you more, I
Yeah.
think. Do you know, I think the men, your partner, well, in my experience, your partner, like, unless there's some people in a really abusive relationship, but like I would class that as an abusive relationship,
yeah,
Amanda.
yeah.
That's
Do you know,
more
if somebody's
control.
bullying you and controlling you and putting you down, that is psychological.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
even,
form of
say
abuse.
with like friends and control or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you being like a mat and being walked over, or are you just saying, oh, well, sure.
But some people
Yeah,
are so laid
sometimes.
back and
Yeah,
easy
that
going
the-
and they don't really care,
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah, some people, and then sometimes, Amanda, like I'd be easy going, and then you take so
Oh, I
much,
take
Yeah.
if I've something
and then
to
you
say,
sort of tip
yeah.
a wee bit. You sort of think, right, no, come on, like, don't take me for a cod here. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes that can happen.
Yeah.
But control, that's a hard one.
Yeah,
like,
it falls into different
word is
areas, doesn't it?
control. Yeah. No, as a Librian, as I say, I like somebody else making the final decision. I like it to give me opinion.
Yeah.
I have a mass for it, and
Yeah.
you know. But then somebody else make the final decision, and unless it's to do with
Something.
fashion or
No, but
clothes or
even-
makeup or money, and then you're fine. I'm fine to make them decisions.
But even though if somebody like is, you know, like Bert was saying, right, even as simple as this at the weekends, right, what takeaway will we get? And I'm like, I don't mind. Sometimes I always have to have the answers, and then you know,
You
like
want
work,
him to-
somebody just like, I laid anything
So
out
you
anywhere.
do. You are the controlling person.
No,
na-
the two of us are equal.
Equal.
But if he like,
That's good.
if he thinks something, if I have something to say, I have to say it.
You don't hold back,
No,
Joanne.
no. But sometimes you know when to shut your mouth as well. You know, But see this here in between.
No.
No, but no, sometimes,
keep-
you know, there's a time and a place, and I've seen certain things, you know, that you don't say, just sit back and say nothing, you know, that kind of way.
yeah.
But see, we silly things like that there, where do we get our takeaway? You decide, you decide, you decide. And I said, do I have to decide everything? You know, and then I always have to decide, like, over a takeaway.
But it's funny how you can end up like that over a takeaway or
something
something really
silly,
simple.
yeah.
But when it comes to the big things,
The big things.
you tend to come
has to be
together and
compromise.
go,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay, how are we going
Compromise. It
to...
has to be compromise
Yeah.
for the bigger things,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't think, as I said, you know, defining whether it's you're being controlled in a, if you can be controlled in a positive way, but
Yeah.
or being bullied, or you know that you're not, you know yourself, your own personality, that you're not a walkover, and just every
Yes.
so often you go, oh, right,
Oh,
well, sure,
well, let that slide.
Yeah.
Or then it's about respect too, do you
Yeah.
know, and knowing your own capabilities. Like I would sit back sometimes and I would think, right, okay, like I really am
Can't
out of my
choose that
water
tire.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about this. So Jerry, and I would always give him credit to that. I would say, Jerry, you know, you're better at that
Yeah.
than I am. So will you sort that or do that?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's good to have somebody that you can do that with.
Yeah.
Or likewise, he like in our house, Amanda, Jerry would know what a parent-teacher meeting is.
Yeah.
Or
No,
a swimming
never
lesson,
worked, yeah.
or do you
Yeah.
know, or
Yeah.
anything to do with their education, their reading, or anything. I am the
That's
one
the
that
roles you have sort of
you've
fallen
niched
into.
out
Yeah.
after. So,
Yeah.
so it's not about control. It's
No.
about what works best and compromise
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pulling together. And then sometimes he'll say, Pauline, I need a wee hand here, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's outside of that. Sometimes I find friends
Yeah.
can be the bullying ones
yeah,
because
well,
they don't know you. and
I've
they-
Yeah,
met I've
yeah.
come across somebody this past couple of months, and very, very controlling person. But it wasn't really a friend, only sort of met the person. But I would be chatting to Amanda and just saying, like, you know, somebody telling you, Joanne, do this, Joanne, do that. You know, and we're all together working on the same sort of thing. Do this, do that. And I didn't want to be rude and say, insult the person and say, stop telling me what to do. And I would
Did
say,
they assume the role of your
I'm
boss
like,
or
yes,
something?
and I'm like, who are you to tell
Yeah.
me to do this?
Yeah.
And I just thought, I don't like people like that, to be surrounded with people like that. You know, it's very...
But like that, there is people who
Control,
just
yes,
who need
maybe that's
to.
just that
It's
kind
an,
of
I think
person's-
it's an insecurity sometimes
Do you
in
think?
people
Yeah.
that they need to. They feel if they lose a wee bit of control, their whole world just falls apart.
Yeah.
It's sad.
But then
though.
it's nice to get to a point in your life now where, you know, people that I would think would be trying to control in a negative
Yeah,
way, I
yeah.
would try to be, I tend to just
Avoid.
Well, that's what
avoid.
I've
I
done,
really
yeah.
avoid
Yeah,
people
I just
that
can't be
I
bothered with
find,
that.
yeah.
I just thought it quite strange to meet somebody, you know, to go on like that.
And
there.
at this stage
At
of
this
your
stage,
life,
yeah, and
it's-
somebody, I
yeah.
thought that's very like childish. Why are you going on like that? And I
Yeah.
just thought, no, this isn't the kind of people I want to be around.
No, you,
You know,
you
controlling
just
you,
get
and
to
you don't
the
even hardly
point.
know them. Telling you
Like
do
maybe
this,
in
do
your
that.
teens and your 20s, you know, you were being controlled and you didn't even realise it.
Yeah.
And in school and that. But now, no, I would be fussy as to who would have about me now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you learn.
Surround
Yes.
yourself with
Yeah.
people who want the best
Yeah.
for you,
Nice people.
Yeah.
that are positive.
And if somebody
And-
tries to hurt you unnecessarily or bully you,
Yeah.
Joanne, like that's a form of hurting you as well.
Yeah.
Just I would tend to just think, right, okay, you know, I don't want to
Slap
fight
them
or
about a bit
argue
and
about
then-
this or just, but you know, yeah, a wee bit of distance.
Yes.
Back
Distance
off,
is
off
a
you
good
go.
thing there
Jog
with
on,
them kind of
jog
people.
on.
do you know,
Jog
yeah.
Jog on.
Off you go.
Well, ladies, that is us
Yeah.
for this week and for the next couple of weeks.
Holiday
We'll take
time,
away
we come back all refreshed.
a few cocktails.
Loads to talk about.
Yes,
Well, you will anyway.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. You had holidays last year and I didn't.
You deserve a holiday.
Yeah,
I deserve it. I've
can't
earned
wait
it.
to hear about this holiday.
Yeah.
Photographs, please.
Loads.
So once again, you can contact us via Destination Newry's webpage, Facebook page, vadio.ie. If you want to drop us a wee line about, or a wee message about anything you'd
Anything.
like us to discuss, we are more than happy to do so. So we look forward to seeing you again in another couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.